Hello! So today I'm going to be sharing with you some product selections that I would buy tomorrow if my kit was stolen. Pretty much what I would, like the bare minimum that I would feel I could get away with in terms of my kit. Please note I haven't included any brushes in that. I feel like brushes are such a personal thing. So yeah, this is what I would go out and buy if my makeup kit was stolen. Enjoy! So this is my selection. I'm going to take you through it one by one. I'm going to start off with skincare. So essentially we have got a selection of skincare over here. I'm going to start off with the Avène. So this is a thermal spring water hydrating mist, and it's really lovely because it's soothing and anti-irritating. Next up would be the Bioderma Sensibio Micellar water. The Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream intensive daily moisturizer. This is a really great moisturizer. It's extremely hydrating, but it's not overly rich or like oily and extreme. This is my love of oils when it comes to skincare. I could not do without. So this is the Phyto Squalene by Phytocare, and it is pure squalene and it's absolutely amazing. Then we have the Avène Cold Cream Lip Balm and the Sensibio Eye. Okay, so I've basically got six skincare items rather, and I've chosen these for a multitude of reasons. I've chosen them both for price, for multifunctional use so that they're, you know, suitable for many skin tones. And then I've also just chosen kind of the things that I really like in skincare. So for example, this oil maybe wouldn't be an essential for everybody, but for me, that's like basically it. I was surprised when I went through this exercise by how little you can actually work with. So let's look at skin now. So this is a palette that I've made myself, and it is the M.A.C Full Coverage Foundation. So M.A.C obviously sells it as an existing palette, which would be a lot cheaper than buying them separately and making your own. So that's what I would purchase, but this is just to show you. And I think that retails at around 750 Rand for that palette. So that would be kind of works as foundation and concealer all in one. And then with the Phytocare oil, I'd be able to shear things out and create kind of any texture of foundation that I wanted with any coverage level. For powder, I would pretty much just have these two. This is Prep and Prime Transparent Finishing Powder. So it's a white powder that is actually quite transparent when it comes onto the skin. And then this is Deep Dark Blot Powder, which would work for most sort of medium, deep to deep skin tones, and for the mid-toned skin tones to light skin tones, I would use this. So that's pretty much all the powder that I need. For sculpting and highlighting, these palettes by Avon are an absolute dream. So I've picked the darkest one and the lightest one. Each one has got two cream shades, a powder highlighter. These are fairly subtle powder highlighters, and a powder, like sculpting powder. So this is, you know, 8 shades in these two, and I think they retail around 250 to 300 per palette, so pretty affordable. And as I said, we've got a lot of like skin tone spectrum covered by these two palettes. So yeah, fantastic. Let's look at some eyeshadows. So you'll notice that I only had the 2 highlighters in there, and they were fairly subtle highlighters. So I think that the Swiitch Beauty palette in Slays for Days really covers that as well. So there's a lot of shades that are kind of lighter or like shimmery that you could use as a highlighter. And again, some great orangey shades for blusher. That would definitely be something I would be using as blusher as well. For brows, I would be using these darker brown matte shades, and the Swiitch Beauty Beach Brow in shade 0, which is the clear one. Love that. For mascara, this is an absolute fave. This is the Avon Color Trend Mega Blaster Crush. It is such a great mascara. The brush is just really, really super, and the formula is divine, and I'm wearing it right now. Okay, so we've covered like the neutral eyeshadows. For brights, I think this palette is around 320, or maybe it's 280, but somewhere around that price point. And it has loads and loads of brights, which is fantastic. So we have got 10 shades of brights, really nice pigmented product. And again, I could use like some of these shades to create kind of blushes, and you could tone them down with the blot powder, or like by putting foundation over them. Right, let's have a look at lips. Lips is kind of an interesting one. I've selected quite a few lip products, and the reasons for that is that there's a lot you can do with lipsticks. So I've chosen these 3 Avon nude lipsticks because I feel like they really work for a lot of skin tones, and often on set you're going to be using like various shades of nudes and reds and things like that. But I can also take my off Tropic palette and use any of those brights for lipsticks as well, just by using a lip conditioner with that. Right, this is also like kind of a kind of a toned down red, which is great. Then we've got my favorite red of all time, which is the M.A.C Retromatte liquid lipstick in Feel So Grand. I've also selected the black one, which is called Caviar, because I can mix this with that to create a like deep burgundy tone. I can use this as liquid liner as well. It sets like beautifully and works really well as a liquid liner, and I can mix it into the concealer shades to create kind of eyeshadows or like anything like that. I've selected one nude gloss. This is the Avon True Color Gloss. I'm obsessed with these. It was really hard to choose one shade. And the shade that I've chosen is called Nude Muse. It's just such a beautiful shade, and I think like perfect for brides or for shoots or kind of anything. It's just really great color. And then lastly, the M.A.C Clear Lip Gloss. This is the glossiest, juiciest lip gloss there is. Absolute love. So with all of those products, I would be able to create any kind of lip texture, color, anything. And then I'm going to add a couple of pencils as a last addition. So I've chosen 2 lip pencils. I've got a red and a deep burgundy, which I love. And you can use this burgundy Night Moth pencil on the eye as well if you wanted to create something a bit more plummy there. And then for eye pencils, so I probably, I've chosen 2 brown shades. I could probably choose between one of these 2, but it was a really hard decision to make. So this is Coffee, which is kind of more waxy pencil, and this is Teddy, which is a little bit softer. It's also a warmer bronzy tone with a little bit of a shimmer in it. This is more like matte and a waxy texture. And then lastly, my favorite black pencil on the planet, which is Feline, and I love this pencil because it is the truest black there is. Super black. And that is my selection. So I hope that I've answered some questions. You can see that there is really actually very little that a person could get away with just to do most makeup jobs if you were wanting to start out, or if you were replacing a kit and you didn't have an infinite amount of budget, this would be my recommendation for you.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification button so that you get notifications whenever I post a new video. And lastly, leave a comment below on what you think is the most surprising product that you saw in this selection. Thanks so much. See you next time.